Inspiring weight loss story reveals way to use secret herbs with easy workouts, Part 2. In the previous video, I was invited to go on holiday in Hawaii with my daughter and grandson as her husband could not go through work pressures. Our hotel was close to the beach and offered lots of privacy and relaxation. The next morning, I met Aline. She had a partnership with our hotel as a personal trainer, and I was amazed to see that all her clients were overweight women just like me, but somehow, they were filled with energy and enthusiasm. Since I've always been shy, my daughter approached her, and she came to talk to me. After 10 minutes, I realized that her method is completely different from what I've tried before and that everything I thought I knew about weight loss was wrong. She told me that the exercise routines I was doing were wrong and too long and that I needed twice more carbs than I was eating. Then she told me a little more about her method, and it seemed so easy. Then the receptionist, who was 55, told me that she'd lost over 40 pounds herself on Aline's program. Indeed, Aline promised me that I would lose at least 10 pounds in the next 2 weeks, so I decided to give her program a try even though my jaw dropped when Aline told me about her pricing. It was the most expensive investment in my health, and as you'll see, it proved to be the most effective one. I was supposed to be in the hotel lobby at 8 o'clock the next morning. Aline told me to come on my empty stomach and that I could drink water before the workout and have coffee with milk, but little sugar. On my empty stomach, I asked? She told me that doing her short workouts on an empty stomach is the best way for women over 50 to burn fat, and she was right. I mean, there are now thousands of studies that prove that working out on an empty stomach keeps your blood sugar at a level that is perfect for fat loss, and it improves insulin sensitivity. It also increases your growth hormones levels, which boosts metabolism and energy and increases longevity. So if you're worried a little bit about having to work out on your empty stomach, just relax and let's continue with my story. I remember I was so out of shape then. I was hardly going to the gym once a week, so I went to bed that night, feeling frightened for the next day. We started with a warm-up, and then the workout, which surprisingly lasted only 15 minutes, and then stretching. The workout was like anything I've tried before. I have never done that combination of exercises in my entire life. I felt all my muscles working, but it was manageable, and because Aline did the workout with me, and I didn't want to let her down, I didn't stop. I was so proud of myself. Then, Aline brought me a protein shake, which was so amazingly delicious. She told me that she added 4 powerful herbs and nutrients that would double my metabolism and prevent my muscles from getting sore the next day. Then, she handed me a small handbook with the nutritional guidelines and her other metabolism-boosting tricks for the next 2 weeks. A lot of what I read in there wasn't that complex. Those 4 herbs and nutrients were new to me, and I will tell you so much more about them in a bit. Aline told me that I should add them to my meals because they are consumed daily by people in some of the healthiest countries in the world, including Indonesia, Japan, Vietnam, and Thailand. Studies show that for the past 10 years, these countries have had some of the lowest obesity, cancer, and heart disease rates in the world. Not only that, but their citizens also live the longest and look the youngest and healthiest. I was shocked that I was allowed to eat so much food each day. I woke up the next day refreshed, filled with energy, and with a big smile on my face like I haven't woken up in years. And surprisingly, I wasn't as sore as I expected, and I had twice more energy than I usually have in the morning. After my first class at the gym, a few months back, I couldn't walk for almost 3 days, so those 4 herbs and nutrients really helped. I asked Aline if my daughter could join us, and she said yes, so we did the 15 minutes workouts every morning for 2 weeks with my grandson Sean watching us. On the morning of the 5th day, I finally found the courage to step on the scale. Somehow I miraculously lost 3 pounds. But I didn't stop there. And even though on day 7, Aline told me to eat everything I wanted. On the morning of the 10th day, I had lost a total of 7 pounds since I started. In those 2 weeks, I lost almost 12 pounds. I had to tighten my belt 3 notches because my fat pants were falling off. Even my daughter, who was in good shape, lost 3 pounds and 1 inch from her waist. However, as our vacation was coming to an end, I started to worry again. I was feeling so much better, my energy increased dramatically, but how was I gonna continue my journey without Aline's help? I knew that once I'd be home I won't be able to keep up with the same routine. However, before I left Hawaii, Aline gave me another handbook with the plan to follow for the next 2 weeks. She told me that I could do the workouts by myself because I was already doing them for 2 weeks. I should just follow her plan, do one of her workouts on my empty stomach and follow the nutritional guidelines she gave me. So that's what I did. And even though I used to hate going to the gym, I enjoyed doing her workouts every morning in my living room as they were only 15 minutes long. The meal plan she gave me was easy to prepare. In fact, it took me under 10 minutes to prepare all the food for one day. I could buy the herbs and nutrients Aline recommended from a health food store, and they didn't cost more than a candy bar. They have metabolism shifting properties that double the fat burning process and revitalize every single cell in your body. I'll tell you more about them soon. At the end of the 30th day, since I started, I had lost 22 pounds. I was still 20 pounds over the weight my doctor recommended, but I went to the appointment anyway. The same doctor couldn't believe it when he saw my face looking thinner, my belly visibly reduced, and my clothes fitting loosely. My blood tests dramatically improved, and my doctor told me that I should continue the program I was following because my progress from our last appointment was great. When I told him that I had started only around 30 days before, he was really shocked. This was the first time I realized that I was on a mission, not only for myself but also for all the women fighting with their weight, and didn't see results even though they worked hard and tried everything. I realized then that if I can get back to my skinny jeans, I would open up a path that hundreds of thousands of women could walk on to change their lives. After 2 months after I returned from Hawaii, my best girlfriends finally convinced me to go out with them. I agreed to meet them for dinner, and I figured I would put on my favorite dress because I always liked the way I looked in it, even when I was heavy. When the time came to get dressed, I realized it was too loose. I looked like a little girl trying on her mom's clothes. My favorite shoes didn't fit either. Everything was too big, I couldn't believe it. Even my feet had gotten smaller. I almost panicked, so I called them to tell them I would be late. I ran to the store to find something to wear and found myself trying on clothes I would have been petrified to look at before I lost the weight. I wish I had a picture of the look on my friends' faces when I arrived at the restaurant. They were shocked, happy, and jealous. They all gushed at how I looked 20 years younger. The best part was that while I was walking back to my car, a man, 10 years younger than me, actually came over to talk to me. It was the first time that's happened since college. A few months down the line, having been very faithful to Aline's easy plan, I saw a huge transformation in my body. It changed my life. I lost 72 pounds and dropped 12 dress sizes in just 4 months. It was almost unreal. I was slimmer, well-toned, much more confident, and happier than I had ever been. In fact, my doctor freaked out when he saw me. But after I told him my story, he asked me to give him a copy of the guidelines Aline gave me, so he could give them to all his overweight patients. He told me that he read a few recent studies about the 4 herbs and nutrients that helped me, but he didn't think they were that powerful. He also told me that I should do Aline's workouts as often as I can. I wasn't risking diabetes anymore, and my blood pressure and cholesterol levels were similar to the ones of young athletes. I was also able to throw away all my blood pressure and cholesterol pills. There's no extreme exercising. Our workouts are easy, take only 15 minutes, and once you follow Aline's lead, you won't believe how fun they are and how amazing you'll feel after you have done them. Even though our program has been followed by women in all age groups with amazing results, it is very popular for women over 54 as over 78% of these women who watch this video decide to buy the Morning Fat Melter program. What if you actually lose 22 pounds of fat or more in the next 30 days like so many other women already have? Would you have more confidence if you were that slim and sexy? This is the easiest choice you've ever had to make. Try it. Click the link in the comments below this video.